What is going on, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Rogue Trader. Another day, another video. You know how it goes. We left off big boss fight. Okay, I don't think we did that bad, but looking at our injuries, might not have been the best. I know I did say, by the way, here, hold on, let me turn down the music so I can speak to you for a second. I know I did say I would get a banner. I could not find a good one. Okay, guys, the only ones I could find were low res, and we're like, hold on, oh my god, or like this thick. So like imagine my camera with a banner that's like just massive and low res, and it didn't look good. And the only other option was to like take somebody's artwork, and I wasn't gonna do that because one, kind of crappy, two, didn't want to get in trouble. Y'all know how it is. But we're back, we're gaming. Turn back up the thing. We gotta do some levels, and I don't know where we're going from here. So, I guess it's gonna be a really slow leveling video. 20% armor and 6 damage on an attack. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, that's really good actually. Hold on. Gains 20 arm pin and 8 damage, ignores 12% of the parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return. I don't like that. We're gonna go with sworn enemy because that seems like a very strong one. One charges for this round. Slash cannot be used with the same ability as charge. Yeah, we'll go with that. Ooh, what do I want? Let's go carouse. Carouse my like intimidation, right? I think it is. I don't know, guys. The ability to resist negative effects. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take this one. Okay. However, with dude, how did I forget his name? I don't forget Abelard's name. I think we go taunting scream. Yeah, I don't usually take this, but it could be interesting. And we'll give him athletics just because I'm kind of stacking athletics on him. Idara. No idea. Okay, so that just seems good. I'll be honest. I'm not very experienced, I guess you would say, when dealing with the kind of operative archetype, the like roguish archetype, like the soldier one and the other one, pretty straightforward, right? The operative drives me crazy. I don't know how to do it. Because soldier soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Wait, the soldier gives a sign they are about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge. So I guess I click that, I AoE, and they can dodge it. What's rapid fire? Next burst attack will 20 break. Deal 25%. Wait, what? And it will also follow the random trajectory. That's pretty good. 20% dodge reduction. I mean, that really seems nice, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We'll grab dash just because that seems a little more defensive. For those of you just joining us, sorry for that little like, kind of slow start. We just killed a bunch of crazy people. We're not crazy. We're obviously very locked in. We saved a Vane Winterscale. We told him to join us on our ship, and he said he would join us eventually. I believe I've already looted the place, so we are just going to leave now. From here, let me go through this door because I didn't go through this door last time. Okay, it just takes us in here. What I expected. Go back out. With that, we are gonna head back to the ship. The world and beneath my feet. There are 3 different areas we can go to. And I don't know which one I want to go to first. Okay, one of them's a new thing which I've not seen, which I think may be the DLC character. Again, not quite sure. You know. Oh. Permission to speak report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I've received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behavior in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tick literacy or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priest can deal with the vessel's systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their task, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in the cogitator, calculations, or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Tira joins the channel and chimes playfully. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to that, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by echoes of the minds not completely eliminated, or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and High Factotum Generous Denrock would like to discuss how we should deal with the defect properly. He's awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay, so we got some defective cogitators. What is this? Okay, so we're gonna go talk to him first, and then we have to decide where we want to go to Urak 5, which has our navigator, the thing I've never been to before, the big planet, or I believe these are just traders. No, we don't want to go. I want to go into the void ship, back to the bridge. There we go. We'll do a little discussion, a little talking, a little. Also, AC's not on. It's 80 degrees outside, and I would like it to be cold in here because we got some videos to record, everybody. We gotta be cranking. We gotta get in there. Also, I feel bigger in my camera. I feel like I'm zoomed in on my camera. Okay, he is usually over here. Hello, High Factotum Genres. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A serval skull whirs over his shoulder while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding, and he regards you with an attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Generous Denrock at your service. Vidgis informed me of a problem with our servitors. What has happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Generous nervously pulls on his luscious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments, pending your decision. I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Okay, sector unavailable, region unavailable. We're in the lower decks. Just general nonsense. Okay. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of this strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gates, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at the Lord Captain with his vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship took several steps towards the servitor. Immediately the servitor, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought, waved his hands. And the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined them. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed fascinating irregularities. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumbering sleep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used the function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the change in behavior. His gaze was still trained on the motionless but animated half machines and half people. The Lord Captain suddenly drew an iridescent blade, one I had seen before, and if following some unheard command, plunged it into the nearest servitor. +3 heretical. The moment the blade sliced open pale flesh, a wild howl washed over the cargo bay. We heard the screeching and crackling of servo motors. As if having regained the ability to feel pain, the wounded servitor struggled to open its sewn mouth, but all it could muster was a stifled moan of horror. The Lord Captain's victim fell to the metal deck, and all the other servitors came crashing down with it. We all felt the cold grip of an otherworldly, bone-chilling cold. As I met the technomat's fearful gaze, I realized that none of these present had any explanation for what had just transpired. The Ingeseer Prime proceeded to the center of the spiral of the servitor bodies, stood over them grimly, studying their lifeless faces, and spoke thus. This tech phenomenon warranted comprehensive study. Further investigation has been rendered impossible. Perhaps it was a trick of my imagination, but I thought I had caught a semblance of sorrow in his gaze at that moment. The Lord Captain, seemingly not attaching any importance to the situation, sheathed the blade and left the cargo bay without a word. Interesting. I was expecting them to come to life, I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting me to like stab them and be like, I think we killed him. Okay. Back to the map. I want to kind of keep the ball rolling. I want to keep it going. You know, I could sit here and I could talk to NPCs all day, but I want to keep it a little going. Let's go to the ship because we're close. And then I think I'm gonna go to the new area. The Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain, it is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like that I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Something surely went to town on it. We're registering critical damage to the hull and a depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now too. Hear us! The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance, Pete! Do not require assistance! Copy! The voice relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? World protects! Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of this vessel. To be beef. There is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within the asteroid field near the Ricadiphilia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not even yet been offered to them. Can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel. We are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell them, we're done for. This is Thunderfang, we are. One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel, do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear that name before? Thunderfang. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You can make out a hoarse and furious whispers, even over the cackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispers die and clear. Youthful voices cut through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Image is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, merchant vessel, Thunderfang does not require aid. Dude, I'm stuttering. I ain't even reading the script, dude. Half the time I'm just stuttering because I'm stuttering. Now, this is fun. I would love to click this and have them comment on it, but I feel like if I click this, we're just gonna blow them up. Bravo, damage report on the unknown vessel. The elementary shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has almost been completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they could barely manage to limp away. What happened to you, Thunderfang? Your vessel is badly damaged. You know what? Main gun deck. On my order. Aim weapons. Target Thunderfang. Your lordship, please restrain your anger. The void ships has a spacious hold. Perhaps they would be willing to establish a trade relation. Let us find out who they are before you smite them with your righteous fury. Fine, Denrock. Have it your way. Main gun deck, belay that order. May the god Emperor bless your wisdom. I love that. Okay, that was pretty good. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What has happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all the noise. We were just flying, minding our own business. Straight out of the blue and open fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks, are left without help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain what your business here is. And I highly recommend the truth this time. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It's too late now. The Vox channel again is filled with angry whispers of several voices. And the whispers and statics are drowned out by a clear, slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are the fellow of the void. We did not come here to loot on a different business. To help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. Please. We already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, goods. And in case you were unaware, Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assemble of several dozen pirate factions in the Cronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons and shake that scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high factotum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying that vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods across to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Butterfang, prepare for a commercial exchange. I love that we just force them to trade with us. Prepare for a forceful exchange. You're gonna buy my crap, and I'm gonna take some of your stuff. Okay. Okay. So we want to trade them the stuff they take more of, which is Xenos and heretical trophies. Where does their ranged weapons sit? Just basic. Okay, just don't give them the miscellaneous. Ship components they give me 200% of. Armor. I guess it don't really matter, I guess. Let's sling it all. So we can just get all this, can't we? I think we can just get it all. Or maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna attempt to get this. Okay, I didn't lose anything. Yeah, we're just gonna buy this all. I think that's the way the trading thing works. You just basically get your rep up, and as long as you've traded them enough stuff, you can just have everything in that kind of rep section. Okay, okay. That went pretty good. We got some gear. Heavy padded armor. That's pretty good. Requires heavy armor proficiency, which evidently we don't have, guys. Really good compared to what we got. We're gonna take that. The noble sword, just a better version of the sword we have. I don't think anything's gonna beat the gun we currently have. So let's swap over here. What's your chain sword? 8 to 10, 25% things, 10 parry. It gives 25% crit damage. Theoretically, I could just do that. And he can wear heavy armor. Just a better upgrade for him. Okay. What does these cloaks do? When the wearer uses Endure, they immediately remove one of the effects. Oh, that's pretty good. Range attacks decrease their target's dodge. Okay, hold on. Oh, my bad. I don't think we can upgrade her armor. Can she use the flamer? She can use the flamer. I'm kind of interested in having her use the flamer. I'm not gonna lie. That seems like it could be fun. And we'll give her a knife in case they get in melee range. I also need a gun on him. If I make him dual wield revolvers, we'll give him faux hammer. I don't know if he gets to shoot twice or not, but I think it's just cool. Okay. Okay. We're going to Astropathic Station VX. Never mind. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of the sacred cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. What sacred cult? They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. I am ready to receive them. I will commence preparations at once, Lord Captain. Okay. I've never seen this before, so this is all new. This is all new to me, guys. Let's hope they don't try to kill me. That'd be great. Okay, this is definitely DLC. Okay, this is definitely the companion. Metal. I'll give them that. Very metal. How about everybody's cowering before them? You know, these are the type of people I want aboard my ship, you know? You know what? I think we're fine with these people. I think I should have more of these people aboard my ship. You know what? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, look at me sit in my chair by myself. All my companions? At least that's... I don't recognize half those people. Are they about to kill those people? Those on deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully in a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement while others murmur prayers for the God Emperor.
The undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
They fall silent as a young, tall woman steps forward. She moves towards you soundlessly, the dim light casting shadows across her mask, which conceals her face. The masked cultists repeat the words in the mournful whisper, "Ye obey still."
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
Okay, that's a bit problematic. The woman's slender fingers have been fitted with metal claws. She points them in your direction and gazes at you from behind her bone mask with cold, grim eyes of an assassin. She pulls out her sinister curved blade. A similar weapon appeals in the hands of her motionless companions.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death.
Oh.
Death
Not
has
bad, guys.
whispered your name.
I thought we were about to fight.
Followers of the tenets of the web
Or die.
swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
Their blades sing through the air, and their rivets of crimson flow into the decks. The young woman bows her head reverently as she hands you a heavy parcel. The others bow their heads as well. They seem unconcerned by the blood that trickles down their fingers.
We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibellah. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Heck yeah. Lore Imperium has succeeded. You've heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Okay, guys, so, you know how I said this was a great thing? Literally the worst. That is the antithesis of what we needed. That is literally the opposite of who I should be trying to recruit. being as I'm trying to be a heretic myself, she's gonna kill me while I sleep. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see them as fearsome ritualists and as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultist. The cultists are all voidborn. Oh my god. Their lethe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobatic's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with the sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Dude, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble reading. More time and training have worn their garments threadbare. You can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Examine the captives. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomats, and worshippers. A word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Dude, that's so fucking metal. Interesting, so a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him. Sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread to corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
Dude, I love that. I love it, dude. Oh man, so in both playthroughs, okay, in both playthroughs of the games I'm doing in Rogue Trader and Wrath, I'm sort of doing an evilist playthrough, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm the neutral good guy. I'm that guy that's like, I don't follow the rules, but I will save everybody I can. And so this stuff that's going on, I love it. I love it. So what exactly does your cult do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read
Oh,
the threads
dude, this is
of
gonna be
the
so good.
future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
Okay, 3 below sounds like an ending. This is the only question I want to ask. Hopefully I can choose that one.
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
Yeah, this is so cool because this is kind of like a faction I've never like watched videos on or read about. So I'm very interested to see like everything that goes on with these people. But obviously we're going to click the heretical. Continue to serve me, dancers of death, but henceforth let my name be upon your lips when you shed blood.
Your name upon our lips.
Metal. Dude. Okay, tell me about yourself. Are you the leader of the blood-spun web, or its herald, or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title.
Good. I'm gonna get to kill. She's gonna kill her like leader.
It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Kibellah stops abruptly. She touches her slender finger to the fresh wound on her hand and paints the symbol of a lock across her lips in blood. Oh my god. Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him.
She touched her sharp blade to her lips.
You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Interesting. Let's give them weapons. Let's see her prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Oh, just let me play as her? If so, this is sick. I would have also just taken a little cutscene.
Welcome.
Oh my god, okay. Kibellah has a remarkable background as a death cult assassin. She can use special abilities called Raining Blood. When used, causes the targets of her next melee attack to explode in a burst of blood, covering the ground and floor and enemies behind the target. The affected suffer additional damage. She can also use throwable consumable items called blood vials to spill even more blood on the battlefield. She's a blade dancer who's incredibly skilled and sword fighters who can devastate enemies with two special attacks, Blade Dance and Death from Above. Blade Dance allows the Blade Dancer to make several light strikes against random adjacent targets. If there's only one adjacent target, all the strikes are directed against that target. If two swords are equipped, the Blade Dancer deals significantly more strikes. Death from Above allows the Blade Dancer to swiftly leap to a selected cell. Upon landing, deals damage to all adjacent targets. This ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each use requires a charge to be spent. The Blade Dancer gains charge by killing their enemies. Okay. So. I think we Death from Above right here, right?
I shall not.
And she should strike every.
The other side away.
Oh my god! Dude, this is badass.
The shadows will death is a blessing.
And then she's.
As honor or death come,
dude.
The other side awaits.
Dude, that is sick. She's so badass. Oh my god. Oh, we get to kill more? Oh my god, I thought about jumping on those people like before they got armed, but. Dude, this is so freaking sick.
Cry, flee, pray. You cannot alter your
What is this
fate.
ability? Oh, it's the Raining Blood ability.
As the tenets demand. Killing brings me no pleasure. Let your come. The other side awaits. Trust me. Death is a blessing. The shadows see it done.
Oh.
Trust me.
Dude, it's so cool. She's gonna be insane, guys. She's just. I am so glad I went heretic and played. I'm gonna have this character in my party because we're gonna lose Argenta, and this lady right here is gonna make up for it. A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of their treachery, so that their souls may prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg his forgiveness. She wipes blood from her blade in one swift movement. I acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your lordship, the spinners of blood-spun web were watching, tracking, and killing Von Valentius' enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. The factotum swallows nervously, casting a fleeting glance at Kibellah. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of this deeply esteemed cult. I am sure they must have good reasons. A stern-looking woman clears her throat. The cultists are a scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers of respect the blood-spun web. We share a common goal to bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of the ship. Oh, here's this Heinrich guy. Scourge of the seditious or not, folks are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Malak did to earn the privilege, though, and who's going to feed his family now? A man in soot-covered uniform takes a drag from his litho stick, exhaling the thick smoke through his clenched teeth. That's a lower deck problem. What matters is that the blood-spun web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. A plump old man in the richest robes of a confessor adds respectfully, my predecessors once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The blood-spun web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of this flagship, the pulse in its veins and the beat of its hearts. Their great sacrifices earned them the favor of House Von Valentius. I would like to hear what my retinue thinks. I have heard, though only at distance, the prayers the spinners offered up to him. I have seen how their deeds fill the people's hearts with confidence and an inevitability of his wrath. The blood-spun web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, as is their willingness to lay down their lives and fight against the archenemy. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into her retinue, she respected the blood-spun web and approved of its mission. It seems that all the officers have been presented to me yet. What does that mean? Indeed, your lordship, Jocasta Sourback at your service, I am entrusted with the honor of commanding the enforcers and keeping order aboard this vessel. It is my duty to punish trespassers, suppress disobedience, and repel any attacks on the ship. My apologies for the omission, Lord Captain. I am Heinrich Montig, head of the Infernus Guild, and I am responsible for the preventing and extinguishing fires, as well as handling any emergency situation. Confessor Adelbart, your lordship, as a humble servant of the Emperor, I am entrusted with the high honor of being this ship's confessor, or, in other words, the highest spiritual authority on this vessel. I am here to oversee the purity of the crew's faith. I officiate in the officer's chapel and also look at the ship's reliquary. Confessors, tell me about this great sacrifice. The vessel was beset by famine and pestilence during a long warp jump. The flagship wandered uncharted paths in the immaterium for 20 cycles straight. Servants of the archenemy used the despairing hearts of the crew to infiltrate the ships, and death followed. The hungry became hunted, the famished became a feast. The exhausted crew was too weak and emaciated to resist the invaders, but then the spinners emerged from the depths. They stood alone against hundreds of foes, yet they did not falter. They did not sleep or rest as they blade-tipped dance brought death. Oh my god. Though many spinners fell, the blood-spun web held strong under the flagship as the turmoil of the warp. You will be my shadow, Kibellah. I mean, after that display of, prowess, how can I not? Kibellah's movements are slow, almost rhythmic, as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritualistic scars. Henceforth, I am your shadow, Von Valentius, an instrument of death placed in your hands by the Undying One, for so it was ordained, and so his terror spoke. The young woman bows her head once more. I am also come bearing an invitation from the vizier of the blood-spun web. He wishes you to know that the doors to the Undying One's temple are always open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go into the depths of his flagship to search for a temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They're not a fitting place for his lordship. Voice spoke. What do you mean, what tarot? The greatest, most sacred relic of the blood-spun web, the Emperor's Tarot. Only his chosen servants may earn the permission to rain blood upon the cards and perform a reading to see portents of the future, shadows of the past, and tangibles of the present. However, the secrets of his tarot are not for the ears or lay people to hear. I cannot tell you more. Not here. Not now. Who is this Vizier? He is the first among us. The Vizier has spun the web of faith for 5-fold longer than I have lived. Blood of the flagship's blood, my mentor and teacher. Why is he not here to deliver the message himself? The first spinner is old. His abode is in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line, and he has not left the lower deck in decades. Even a short journey could sunder the spirit from his ancient body. Where is your temple located? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the bloodspun web. Her path began deep in the flagship in the dark tunnels of the freight line, and that is where yours must begin as well. The journey will bring you closer to the thread of web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. Jesus Christ. Perhaps one day I will grant you that favor. I guess I will walk the footsteps of the matriarch spider. Your journey will begin in the darkest of the deepest tunnels. The Vizier awaits you. The cultist retreats in the shadows as Kibellah sheathes her ceremonial dagger. Your blade awaits direction. We will speak again when the time is right. Woo! Guys, that's how you introduce a character. That's how you really do. That was insane. That was so good. And then the combat demonstration. Guys, who needs tactics when we have a blade dancer who's literally going to solo fights? I can already foresee it. Yeah, I don't need that. But guys, we went over a little bit, about 12 minutes. You know, y'all know how it goes. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you watching this video all the way through. I'm gonna continue recording because I need to cover my bases for the week. I got a busy weekend, so we recording every day after work. Let me know if y'all enjoy it. Like the video, you know, comment if you want to, you have questions, comments, concerns, and subscribe if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.